drooling, falling for the fooling. Mental slaves sell out or get bought out for cooning. Being your example to follow with no strain. Met means mind, so govern and entertain is more than you imagine. Carbon is melanin, Quran and Bible angels are cherubim and seraphim. Riding on the light angles, traveling at warp speed. We created crossbreeds, now we can't walk free. The mind is the plantation, everything is mental. Even filling your brother with lead like a pencil. Mercenaries with chalk use bodies as a stencil. If rival gangs won't stop you, barbed wire fence will. It could take more, but it might take less. Cursing your God on Job's cash in the fake checks. Spending fake monopoly money, counterfeit at best. When you see something is wrong, you need to counter it best as you can. You don't need a magic wand or to click your heels twice to escape dreamland. Just use your mind. If you can't relate, you're living in an illusion, slave to the dream state. If you just heard about Drew Ali, don't think he's late. He brought nationality and link back to your East state. As Negro and black, we act like we can't see straight. Shaken by the shoulders, waking from their dream state. If you just heard about Drew Ali, don't think he's late. He brought nationality and link back to your East state. As Negro and black, we act like we can't see straight. Shaken by their shoulders, waking from their dream state. Invasion. Drew Ali, my water when the fire starts blazing. Running with the holy buckets, the Caucasian. While Asiatics daydreaming, mental stargazing. Not paying attention, but paying taxes and fines. Nas said the world is yours, he really meant mine. If I ruled the world, you wouldn't want to be black. You wouldn't want to be a deadbeat dad or be whacked for sure. You wouldn't want to be the dirty moral leader, convicted and facing my firing squad either. You won't be put in a box, forget the cedar. Taking tires off cars at unexpired meters. If I ruled the world, dirty Moors would hate it. Find them with their wrists slit in bathrooms naked. Find them holding scimitar handles slumped over with suicide notes to Jehovah. If you just heard about Drew Ali, don't think he's late. He brought nationality and link back to your East state. As Negro and black, we act like we can't see straight. Shaken by the shoulders, waking from their dream state. If you just heard about Drew Ali, don't think he's late. He brought nationality and link back to your East state. As Negro and black, we act like we can't see straight. Shaken by their shoulders, waking from their dream state. Dream a little dream, wake up from the nightmare. Dream a big dream, live your life in fright, scared to change. When everything that grows must do such or stay stagnant. Living your life as a pageant, made up faces with eyeliner and makeup, created by the same ones you call racist. Wake up, allow their dignity and exercise patience. Don't shock them too hard with electrifying statements. Everything cloudy, mind acting rowdy, hypnotized by Pied Piper, signing rap on godlies. Having so much influence, youths won't pull their pants up. Looking like a jailbird, begging for some handcuffs. In a dream state, get bands up for freedom. Fiat is a slave to banks, you better see them. No different than the people are slaves to brand names. Move from dream to reality, change the landscape. He started from the top, don't listen to your man Drake. Only till clan hates and Masonic handshakes don't work. Moors are back, do your homework and assignments. Realize Moorish is the science. If you just heard about Drew Ali, don't think he's late. He brought nationality and link back to your East state. As Negro and black, we act like we can't see straight. Shaken by the shoulders, waking from their dream state. If you just heard about Drew Ali, don't think he's late. He brought nationality and link back to your East state. As Negro and black, we act like we can't see straight. Shaken by their shoulders, waking from their dream state.
Wake them from the dream state. We're gonna wake them all up. We're gonna wake them all up. One at a time.
Peace and paradise, nobles. Yesterday, I posted a question as to why the Great Seal Pyramid should not be put on the travel document. And there were several good answers that were close. I was really looking for something that was more pertaining to the seal itself, what it is and what it is not. So with that in mind, one thing to note is that the Great Seal was used even in prior times as our government seal for the Continental Congress, right? The first president of the Continental Congress being John Hanson.
No. No Great Seal of no Continental Congress. Because we're going to show you again, in case you don't get it. Think we don't know what we're talking about. You're not going to see Continental Congress with this seal. The Great Seal of the Moorish nation. You're not going to see this. You're not going to see this. This is Moorish. This is not Continental Congress. They're lying in order to not be able to use the Great Seal, but they're still using the Great Seal. And it's not the one of Continental Congress. And this is the seal of the Moorish nation and the seal of the Moorish Empire. Why? Because, like we were saying, this seal is the S in Islam. ISLAM at the bottom, and then you're thinking this is some religious stuff. When this is not religious, this is government. Why is Moorish consulate using the Great Seal if they already have a seal right there? They already have a seal. Why do they need this seal if they made up a seal? Well, because they know that this seal is BS. And you have to use the foundation. But they're not going to tell you that. They're not going to tell you that. They make you think this is some family emblem or some BS. That this is not the government. That Moors have been exercising as Great Seal. And getting responses, positive responses. Like getting responses. Right? Getting responses. But why are they pushing this thing of Moorish Consular Court and Mahdi? Why don't they just say Great Seal? Why wouldn't you have the Great Seal on the travel document? That's the big question. Why wouldn't you have it on there? That's the seal of the empire. That's the seal of the empire. So if that's the seal of the empire, then why did they put that on the front of the Mahdi? You don't need no damn Moorish consular court. You need to study and be what you know. Oh, good. Let's see if this more is good right now. Because people want to play like Moors have paperwork and nationality cards, and that's not where it's at. It's where these people are at. Peace, man. Islam.
Islam, man. Hold on. Islam, Grand Sheik.
Islam. Yo. I just wanted to get you on the record with this great seal thing, just to talk about Friday night and the 2 hours, the nine to whatever time it was that you called me and said you're back home.
Yeah, indeed. The policy enforcers tried to kidnap me around on or about 9:30ish p.m. I happened to be with two other young Moorish brothers. They were fairly new, they didn't know what to do, so I told them to stay calm and let me handle the situation. They tried to use jurisdictional claim. I stayed within my jurisdiction basically by reserving my rights and allowing them to know that certain things cannot be violated, gave them certain statutes and codes. And when they unlawfully arrested me and took me into the what they would call a processing room, what had happened is when they tried to process the nationality card, they couldn't put it in their system. Then the supervisor came down. What they tried to do was not show the magistrate the identification card to hold me in there, but then put me down as John Doe. So what I did was I gave him a direct order to go get the ID cards out of the evidence bag. I said, I'm not moving from where I'm at until the magistrate sees the national identification card that I showed you at the time of your colorful arrest. Right. So he tried to tell me he didn't want to do it. I said, well, you're gonna have to do it because it's direct order, and you cannot deny an order coming from the authorized party and what you claim that you have a contract with. He went to go get the ID cards. What he did was put the ID card in his pocket and said, well, I'm gonna go and give it to her. You just go to the cell. I told him, no, I don't agree to that. I don't consent to any of your wrongful services. Show her the identification card. So he finally showed her the identification card. The magistrate said, okay, I see it now. Now here's Simon's document. They tried to do color of law still. What I did was I voided it, 45-degree angle, put all rights reserved, and autographed my appellation on there, and that's personally for like proof of silence to jurors. They took the paper back, told me to go sit on the bench. 2 hours later, another supervisor came downstairs and it was yelling, get that sovereign citizen out of here. Get that sovereign citizen out of here. And I corrected for the record. I said, no, I'm not a sovereign citizen. I'm a sovereign national, and my country's Morocco. I'm Moroccan by birthright. She said, well, whatever. Get him out of here. She said, if you sign this paper, will you let us release you? I said, of course I'll let you release me. So they gave me the paper again. They said, you can't put what you put on it before. I said, if it's something fraudulent on it, I'm gonna put exactly what I put on it before. She said, well, just sign it. I don't care, just sign it so we can get you out of here. So I autographed it again. But this time, I autographed it ARR. I put L, I put in brackets UCC 1-308. But what I did before that, I put TDC, which means threat to excursion. And if you know about UCC code, TDC, anything under TDC automatically voids the contract. And so they released me. I went home. I had to walk home, by the way. I called the Moore brother. He had my keys. We went back out. I went to grab my van. Everything was still intact. Traveler's plates, everything was on there. They took a picture of the let me show you. I have this thing that I created, right? Because they always talk about registration on the car. So this is what I put on the car. Everybody see that?
Yeah.
Okay. These numbers right here are actually the numbers on the identification card. This is on my identification card, but this is the universal number that is used by the Great Seal. All right? And this number is what identifies with the Department of Justice that Moorish credentials are valid, right? But like Kudrat said, you have to be an active Moor for this to apply. If you're not active, it doesn't apply to you. All right? I just wanted to show you that.
Say that again.
You have to be an active Moor for this to apply. If you are not active, it does not apply to you. You have no security under this copyright registration, AH-141. All right? So don't go around thinking that you can use it and you're not active. You don't know the science. Because you will get kidnapped.
Islam.
Islam.
Give thanks, man. Give thanks. Yeah, go ahead. Go ahead.
Let me finish up. So I had to walk 20 minutes back home. I grabbed one of the Moore sisters' phones. I called the other Moore. He told me he had my phone, he had my keys and everything like that, and he knew where my car was at. Because I don't know the area like that. So I used the Moore sisters' car. I picked him up. We traveled to my car, which was fully intact, nothing wrong with it, because I already have on the record that solidified that this car is in the jurisdiction of Morocco. So they didn't touch the car. However, they did violate me by taking me in. Moving forward, I got the car. I traveled with the car the same way I was traveling before to the domicile. While I got into the car, the policy enforcer, one of the cars, pulled up, see me get back in my car, and kept it moving. Then that bothered me. This is after I left the processing room. So that goes to show you, the science works, but you have to be sound on what you're doing. You have to study and know your rights and know how to exercise your rights. This is not a game.
Did you yesterday, or I mean Friday, did you put birthrights in the microwave and then go exercise the birthrights?
I don't think I did that, Grand Sheik. I don't think I put it in the microwave. Last time I checked, it's natural through the science of mother. That's what al-Moroccan means. Descendant coming down from the womb to earth, from mother.
Yeah.
Okay? That's what it means. So when I say I'm al-Moroccan, it means I'm a descendant from my mother, who is my first ancestor, who is Moroccan. Islam.
Islam, boy. Give thanks. Give thanks for that. We'll connect them.
Gratitude. All praise due to Allah, honors to you and to Noble Drew Ali and to all the elders.
Let me ask you that. Let me ask you that. What's Noble Drew Ali mean in all this?
Noble Drew Ali is the foundation. That's the head. That's the leader. That's the one that gave us the science of Islam and brought it back to America for the first time. Anybody that don't acknowledge him, don't acknowledge the Moorish national movement. And I don't acknowledge them.
Straight.
Period. Anybody against the prophet is against me. You are my enemy. I'm going to tell you right now. So don't come with me talking about something. I don't bear mind to the prophet. Because I'm going to tell you, get away from me. That's what I'm tell you. Islam. I'm going to tell you, get away from me.
Tell the boys there Islam, yo.
Islam, family. Peace and love.
Stay strong out there.
Indeed.
Islam.
Gratitude.
Simple as that. So now what? You know what I mean? So now you're gonna say that Great Seal doesn't work? Because I mean they're using it, and then we just showed you a Great Seal more live in the flesh. Live in the flesh. Right? And when we say a Great Seal more, we're not talking about some governmental seal that says Islam on it. We're not talking about some Moorish government or whatever like that, and there's a building down there and the hours are 5 to 7, and then you can come in there and the Moorish, whoever's going to be in there for you. It's about being what you know. It's about being what you know. And you know, this could be done. We shut this stuff off right now, because if you need more than that, you got problems. You got serious problems if you need more than what you just heard. If you need more than that, on top of Isaiah telling you, on top of Denzel telling you, on top of Nas telling you, you're still on top of Beyonce telling you. You're still gonna play like you know? Dick Gregory told you. Dr. Sebi told you. You still need more? You don't need more. Erykah Badu told you. You're worried about her vagina incense. She's a Moor. Her son's a Moor. He got fez and all that. Right? Yassine Bey. Yeah, you know, oh, of course, yeah. Black Star and Talib Kweli and all that BS, but you're not gonna ride with Noble Drew Ali on the back of the album though. You're not gonna go there. You're not gonna go there. Right? Ghostface told you. Not gonna go there. Prodigy told you. Right? Nori told you. Who else you want to tell you? Kevin Gates told you. The Baby told you. You still need more people to tell you? Stevie Wonder told you. Michael Jackson told you. Still need more? Mike Tyson told you. Mike Tyson never said that he's a Moor. Yeah, well, he grew up in Noble Drew Ali Plaza though. How he grew up in a housing complex called Noble Drew Ali and you're doubting Moors? Well, it's a housing projects. Oh, all right. It should be the Hamptons or whatever, right? That's what it should be. That's what the Moorish stuff should be. Right? The Noble Drew Ali thing should be like that, right? Yeah, you're right. We're not going to pay any attention that there's a housing project called Noble Drew Ali in New York. We're not going to pay any attention to that. We'll just leave that alone. We're not going to bring it up, you know. Right? Muhammad Ali told you. Kanye told you. Pilar El Day told you. How much people you want to tell you? We even forgetting about all the people dying around Puffy, even his wife or whatever. She told you. Still not gonna get down with this? Yeah, Kim Porter. She told you. Oh, forgot. Oh, Shock G told you. Pac told you. What do you want? Dame Dash told you. What do you want? What more do you want? Who else needs to tell you about Moors? Pimpin' Ken told you. Who else wants to tell you about Moors? Who else? Who else you need to tell you? Morgan Freeman told you. Martin Lawrence told you. Cole told you. No? They're going to think we're lying if we say, oh my gosh, Khalid told you. They're going to think we're lying when we say Farrakhan told you. But even Farrakhan told you. Just go ask them about the letter to Temple 13, Baltimore, Bratton Bay. Just go ask them. Hey, is there a letter you got from Bratton Bay? Temple 13, Baltimore? Lawrence Fishburne told you. Matrix told you. Romancing the Stone told you. Who else you want? Who else you want to tell you? Jay Electronica told you. Right? Pictures of Farrakhan and the Fez. He has a nationality card. So when you say, you know, they half told us, they didn't tell anything. They didn't tell Jack. Oh my gosh, Jamie Foxx told you. Jamie Foxx told you. Miami Heat told you. Sidney Poitier told you. What you have to tell you? It's a lot more.
Islam, how are you? ¿Todo
Everything's
bien?
peaceful. What's good?
I'm over here traveling.
I hear
Well,
that.
technically, I'm driving right now, technically.
Technically.
Yeah,
That's
because
what
I'm
you
working
do.
right now.
Yeah. You're allowed to engage in commerce too. It is what it is.
Yeah. Yeah, I gotta keep my artificial entity separate from my natural entity, you know?
Yeah. Just remember, it's
Yeah.
never yours.
Right,
It's
correct.
never yours. Even just in little side conversation, it's never
Yeah,
their document. That's theirs.
right,
Yeah.
right.
Yeah.
And I was gonna talk to you about something really big that just happened. I mean, it wasn't my first time, but it happened to me on a personal level where it was like on a phone call. I was
Mm.
talking to another Moor, and he's an elder. He seems like in his late 40s, early 50s, from the looks of it. And I thought he was an upright Moor. And he asked me, "Where are you from?" And I answered his question. Now he's like, "No, where are you from?" Sound like, oh, he probably means on the metaphysical level. So I answered his question on the metaphysical level. He's like, "No, aren't you from Spain? Aren't you from Portugal?" And I'm like, "No, bro." And he's like, "Why are you trying to be like us?" I was like, "What you mean I'm trying to be like y'all? I'm descendants from y'all. What you mean?" And he's like, yeah, what you're doing is identity theft, is national birthright theft, and that ain't right. You're gonna get murdered for that. I'm like, I'm gonna die either way. So like, what are you trying to do? Like, what are you saying?
Oh my God. That's why we stay with the foundation. That's why we stay with
Yeah,
the foundation. Because these Moors out here are tripping.
for real, for real. And
Tripping.
I thought he was an upright more too, cause he was talking to me all cool in the
Tripping.
beginning until I guess he
Yeah.
really saw my profile, and I wasn't melanin up for him, I guess.
You need some more
Yeah.
drops. You need some more drops.
Yeah. And then I also told him about a group photo with the Prophet Noble Jali, how there's other Moors that look like me on his group photo, you know?
Right.
And
Yeah.
and I told him, I was like, "Have you seen that photo?" He's like, "All the photos are black and white." And I'm like, "No." He wouldn't even let me talk. I was like, "No, let me send you the photo." I wasn't able to share them that
Wow.
because he was just yelling at me. And I was
Wow.
like, "Motherfucker," I was like, "I'm gonna cast some spells on you. I'm gonna do some voodoo on you." He's like, "You ain't gonna do shit to me, blah blah blah." Oh shit! It was funny, man. Like I've
That's
experienced it through
crazy.
keyboards, but not on the phone,
Yeah. That's crazy.
And
You're
it
not
is
a Moor.
crazy.
Wow.
And
That
and my
is
concert heard that because she was there, and then after the phone was over, she was like doubting herself. I was like, "Look, this is what he's supposed to do. That was his mission to
yeah.
cause some doubt and confusion. Like you're a Moor whether he says it or not. Like you're a Moor whether
Yeah.
like just trust me."
Yeah. Yeah.
And
I mean,
those agents out there for real, man. They're really out
yeah,
there to
for
get
real.
us. Like it's
For real.
crazy.
For real. The only problem is that, they always bump into the right ones.
Yeah,
They never bump into the wrong ones.
yeah,
You
for
know what I
real.
mean? They're always trying to
And
pull somebody off of where you're supposed to be going in your own sojourn. Ain't nobody
yeah,
brought this info to you. Like you
right.
gravitate to this because this is yours. You know what I mean? This
Yeah.
is yours. And you're seeing it,
Oh yeah.
you're recognizing it, and you're using it based on how it resonates with you because you're on a
Yeah.
whole different sojourn. Even if we look at it from the perspective of the cultural aspect, you know what I mean?
Right.
You coming into this information from your culture is a totally different experience than the North American.
Yeah.
You know what I
Agreed.
mean? Totally different.
Yeah.
The Islanders, you know what I mean? It's not really the same because majority have that already self-governing attitude. We
Right.
look at Fidel and Hugo Chavez and all these people,
Right.
and they were for the people. They weren't
Yeah.
some leader ruling stuff and it's their chest up and the people are suffering or whatever like that. You know what I mean? They were
Yeah.
actual representatives of the people and the people back them. It ain't
Right.
some elections. They don't need for elections. He's the man.
Yeah.
Like, let's get some stuff
Yeah.
done. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Election is-
One of my favorite ones besides the Prophet Noble Jolly was Emiliano Zapata. He
Mm,
was commonly known like as a cartel back then because he
yeah.
was helping the people out, and that was like I don't know 80 years ago or
Yeah.
70, 80 or
Yeah.
and he would help out the small towns or the small towns that were out in the country who couldn't afford any more food or grow any more food. So he would get on his horse with other people and they would go do some Robin Hood shit, you know, and they come back and bring it to the people.
Yeah. Just like some Moors.
Yeah, right. For real.
Just like some Moors. Just like some Moors. Say
Yeah.
his name again. Say his name again.
Emiliano Zapata. Here, I'll spell it out right here. I'll put it on here. Yeah, and he had a whole mustache and everything too.
Yeah. That's crazy.
And then one of his famous quotes was, "I'll tell it to you in Moorish Latin, then I'll translate it.
Yeah.
Prefiero morir en mis rodillas que vivir en mis pies. So I would rather I would rather die on my feet than live on my knees."
Mm. That's a real one.
Yeah, and it's
That's a real
he's
one.
very influential. But on that note, more I have to go back
Yeah,
to
boy.
work, and I really
Give thanks,
appreciate
yo.
you, bro.
Well,
Thank you for
yo,
all the
just
work that you're doing.
give thanks. Just take all this energy and just go have a good rest of the shift, yo.
For real, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Thank,
Use it. Use it. Use it.
for real. Thank you. Thank you.
All
All
right,
right, I'll
boy.
talk to you soon.
For sure, for
Islam.
sure. Islam. Man, you got no thing other than Great Seal going on. If you're on anything else, you're probably floating on a dinghy in the ocean. They want to play Law of the Sea and all that stuff. Right? Right? Emiliano, Il is L. No, it's crazy. It's crazy. This Moor said he's not a Moor. This Moor said he's not a Moor. He's not a Moor. That's crazy. That is absolutely crazy. He's not a Moor. He's not a Moor. How's somebody not a Moor?
The Bluetooth device
somebody
is
not
ready
know?
to pair.
Man, that was too much. They shut the computer down. That was so much. They shut the computer down live because that was too much. That was just too much. That was just too much. Do you recognize they shut the computer down? Because that was too much? Why would some recovery stuff be going on just like that? If that doesn't show you how real this is, then I don't know what to tell you. I really don't know what to tell you. If all this that just happened right now doesn't let you know how real this is. Just those two examples. Just those two examples? Islam to all the Moors worldwide. Islam to all the Moors everywhere you're at. And you know that you're Moors. Honors to you. Honors to the Prophet Noble Drew Ali. After that, we don't even need it anymore after that. That's it. See you next week or something. Because after this goes up, you're still confused about what this is, then I don't know what to tell you. You might be, it might be too late. The boat has left the dock. The boat has left the dock. And you just might be swimming. Islam to all the Moors worldwide. Peace and love to all the mothers. Honors to all.